Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a little bit of a different episode of the Bruins podcast because I am not joined by the lovely Kyle today. Kyle had to go, he had a little trip, and since he's not going to be available till Thursday, I thought I'd just try. Well, we talked about it, and I just tried to do it like on my own, just so we have something for the Maryland game, not like a whole week after the game is over. And it was such a fun game that I want to talk about it, right? Also to keep a little bit of flow. These are fun to do. So let's have a little fun on my own today. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm no stranger to talking to myself, so hopefully it'll go fine, but I don't know. So yeah, um, over the weekend on Sunday. Well, let's start with Minnesota on I think it was Wednesday, Thursday. One day this week, we beat Minnesota. Um, 76 to 58. Really nice game defensively. I think we played really well defensively and offensively. Minnesota's a really good defense, and Kiki Rice just picked them apart. Only missed one shot from the field, made all of her threes, tied a career high with 25 points, and just super efficient from Kiki. Great on defense. She's been so good at defense every time out this year. Just super impressed with Kiki. If you ask me, her draft stock is rising. I think that she's working her way up. I don't know if she can get to lottery pick, but she's working her way up. I don't know what y'all think. If you want, you can let me know in the comments. You can be my Kyle today and tell me I'm wrong or right. He would agree with me on that. He loves him some Kiki Rice too. Yeah, but then after Minnesota on Sunday on NBC, we had the chance to play Maryland, uh, top 12 team. I think they stayed at 12 in the most recent poll too, which tells you the level of respect that UCLA has, that you can get beat by 30 by UCLA and stay where you are. Um, so yeah, this was a really fun game. Maryland's a really well coached team, so I didn't really know what to expect. They're super injury riddled. Schmeichel's out. Bree McDaniel, unfortunately, is out again after missing last season as well, or the back half of last season. So I think they did what they could at the beginning of the game. They defended as well as they could and they rebounded as well as they could. But in the end, UCLA was just way too much for them. We have too much size, too much skill, and just too much shooting uh, to get into the box score a little bit. Lauren had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Lauren's impact on these games when she's not scoring just isn't measured in the box score. I think she had 5 blocks in 22 minutes too. So that's measured in the box score. But just the way that she makes teams play differently on offense is something that only she does in the country. Maybe a couple others. Um, Okot at South Carolina comes to mind. I think she has the ability to change the game like that as well. Shirley Ledger Walker hit 4 threes today and almost had a triple double. 2 assists, 1 rebound away. I can't pinpoint any times where it felt like she could have had an assist or shouldn't have had an assist here or there, and then just grabbing the ball for the 10th rebound. But great game from Charlize. She's so mature. She knows exactly what she wants to do. She will force a pass at times and have a really silly turnover, but I thought today all of her passes were very reasonable. I thought she will make an unreasonable pass. She'll try. Oh, she had that one to Gabs, that little like no look behind the back, and it worked. See, they're great when they work, and she looks like a genius. So when they don't work, it's like, why did you do that? It's fine. Um, Gianna just continues her shooting streak of just being incredible in conference play. Uh, I have a little graphic of Gianna's shooting breakdown in conference play, and just a spoiler alert, it's kind of unbelievably insane what she is doing this year. So yeah, Gabrielle Jaquez. She made threes today. She's been in a bit of a shooting funk. I think it was 3 or 4 games in a row where she did not make any threes. Now she wasn't taking a crazy amount of threes. It was one or two, but she wasn't making them. Today, 10 for 13, 22 points, 2 for 3 from three. So hopefully he gets her back on track to being sniper Gabs again. We want sniper Gabs. SE game gaps. 22 points though. Kiki had Kiki had an okay game. Didn't really follow up what she did against Minnesota. But the defense was obviously going to focus on her a little bit harder because of the game that she had against Minnesota. So you just don't want to let the hot person beat you. Still 4 for 9 from the field. Very good. Did take a three today, but only took one. 6 assists, 5 rebounds. She's been such a good rebounding guard. So no complaints. No complaints. Kiki. Her defense was great again, too. She's been so good on defense. Maryland, I'll get to the bench in a little bit. UCLA. Maryland, Ozzy Mamadou, she was okay. Hard task, you know. She had to go up against all that UCLA size, and she's really their only true big. So it was a really hard task for her. Addie Mack, their freshman, I think she has a bright future. Didn't shoot the ball from three well, but got to her spots and made some tough mid-range jump shots. Uh, Alicia Economo is the fastest player that we faced so far, hands down. Sorry, Jaylani Cambridge. I think you're amazing, but Alushi is just once she gets going, she gets going. Uh, since he scored 25 points, I think if you're going to focus on one thing that UCLA can improve on, it's not letting a player go off like that because that could come back to bite us. We need to find ways to stop players when they're having games like that in close games. This one wasn't close, so you weren't going to foul her, try to stop her by fouling her because in a game like this, you're not going to pick up silly fouls. Yeah, UCLA's bench. Sienna Betts, at times, especially when she first got out there, was looking frustrated. Frustrated with the calls. She got a couple of offensive fouls, like trying to body up in the post, that I do think were a little silly. Not on her part. I just mean like, why are you calling a foul? They're just like fighting for position because Sienna is so big and strong. It looks like she's bullying the other girl, and they call a foul on her. But she didn't let it get to her. She made a three. We have a video of the three. By we, I mean me, because Kyle's not here. But I'm very excited uh, about Sienna. I think that she's just coming into her own. She's so good at defense, such good instincts on defense. It's with guards, defend posts. Um, and obviously, when she has to go in at the five, the other team just gets excited because Lauren's out. So everything is now being forced in because it's like Lauren's out. We have to go after Sienna. So then it makes Sienna's job a little bit harder. Um, Angela made two threes. Angela's had 4 turnovers. Angela and her passing, I just don't love it. When Angela has the ball, I get a little nervous that she's going to make some crazy pass and turn it over. But love you, Angela. Love you down. Shooting is great. You'll make a lovely pro. Yeah, I think next is my little video. No, next is Gianna. So this is Gianna's like heat map, and this only in conference play. This is insane. For if you don't like know what you're looking at here, which I'm sure most of you do. Um, dark red like this means that you're incredible where you're shooting, and she has only dark red. So she's shooting just lights out everywhere on the court. She has no, you can't just like force her to a side of the court and hope that she's going to miss it because she's good from everywhere. I know that we talked about it a million times, but the way that she fits right into this offense, it's just tailor made. She's doing great. We love you. Yeah. Charlie's got her 500th assist, and her 500th assist was pass to Sienna for the three. Just such a cool little moment. Senior to freshman, both their first year with the program. Milestones. I guess your first three isn't really a milestone, but hopefully it's the first of many for Sienna. I don't think she's going to be like posting up on the 3 point line in her career ever, but I don't know because they love to have her as the trailer, and then she can make decisions from the top of the key. Uh, so she'll be open from three a good amount in her career because you're going to dare her to take that shot rather than her taking layups in the post. Okay, here are some clips. So this is the Sienna three, the 500th assist. She's like, she doesn't really know. The shot is kind of wonky. She points at Corey, but if it goes in, who cares what the shot looks like? That's everyone knows that. If it goes in, no one cares what the shot looks like. Um, okay, Kiki Rice, two-way player Kiki Rice. pass from Sienna. Sienna was involved in a lot today. And then get back. That's the thing about Kiki that I love too. She's gonna get back. She doesn't celebrate her wins. She doesn't celebrate. She just goes and she gets back. It's a nice little block. And then I don't know what happens after this. Uh, but great job, Kiki Rice. She's having such a career year, and it's so good to see. She is this program. She decided to come to UCLA when it just like wasn't a popular decision. She is still the highest ranked recruit ever to commit to UCLA out of high school. Lauren was obviously the number one in that class, but Kiki was the highest ranked in high school at number two. Um, all right. Oh no, this is this again. Okay, so next up we have Purdue. I don't know a ton about Purdue. I know that they like to shoot the three. They did just upset Washington at Washington. I actually don't know where the game was played, but they upset Washington at some location in overtime, which is a pretty big upset. Washington is a bubble ranked team. They're in the tournament for sure, but they were right on that cusp of being ranked, and Purdue upset them in overtime. Good for them. But I don't think this will be much of a challenge for UCLA. Um, we'll probably go with this same starting five. We've done it all year. If it's not broke, do not fix it. Um, if I had to guess, I would say UCLA is going to win this game 85-ish to 53. So I think a 32 point. I was see Kyle's been kind of right because I keep on like estimating these games to be like 15, like 20-point games. But I just think UCLA is so much better than a lot of these Big Ten teams, even the best ones. Maybe Michigan can give them a run for their money. We just saw Maryland, who was one that maybe could have given them a run for their money if they were hot from three. But UCLA's defense did a good job of taking away the three from Maryland, making them take really quick off-screen threes rather than catch and shoot threes. I think Garzone had one really nice catch and shoot three in the first half. But so if they keep this up, I don't really know much about Purdue, but I do not know that UCLA is not going to lose this game. And I think Kyle would say the same. I'm just excited. It's just exciting to watch these seniors play. Um, it's winding down. February is in 11 days ish. So we just kind of cherishing the moments that we get to watch these players play together because they're all seniors. Literally, we start five seniors. It's kind of wild to think about. Um, yeah, but we're excited. A lot happened around the country too this week. In the Big Ten specifically, Michigan lost to Vanderbilt, and Ohio State beat TCU. So I don't really know. I'm trying to think of a team that can beat UCLA in the Big Ten. I think me and Kyle both predicted at one point that UCLA was going to go undefeated in the Big Ten, and I still think that. I can't see a team other than Michigan if they're very hot from three and not turning the ball over, just getting a win over UCLA. It's such a hard task if you're not a Texas who did it. We had six players in that game, but they still did it. Props to you. Texas, who just lost to South Carolina as well. So they got even. Yeah, UCLA did stay at third in the AP poll. No surprise there. I do think that they're probably the second or third best team in the country. I would have them at second just because of the way that they're playing. But you have to give the nod to South Carolina, who just knocked off Texas. And then Texas, of course, is back-to-back losses with LSU and then South Carolina. So I feel pretty comfortable with keeping Texas well below UCLA. I think the top three are the top three right now. And then Texas, and then you could even put LSU above Texas right now. I don't know, but that's not we're a UCLA podcast, not a talk about the rest of the country podcast. But I'm a rambler. It's what I do. So you can let us know your little uh, top five. Who's your top three? Who's your top three? Who would be the three? That's a very specific reference. Um, yeah, so I think that's about it. This was a shorter one because obviously I didn't have Kyle to bounce off my questions. Bounce my questions off of. Usually that's how we get to the 30 minutes. I ask Kyle questions, he answers them. Um, but as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I put those little subscribe things in the corner. I don't know if it'll help. I was bored. Um, so yeah, but uh, thank you everybody for tuning in. Uh, I think the next one, we're saving gymnastics for when Kyle's back. So when Kyle gets back, we'll do gymnastics. But this was fun. Let me know what you thought. If you thought I was terrible by myself, uh, then just tell me. I don't know. All right. Have a good night, everybody.